Sometimes all you need in life is 3 ice cubes and your orange juice. This is Mr. Crypto Coffee. He is an amazing leader and content creator in the Pulse Chain and Hex community because Pulse Chain is real DeFi, same as Hex and PulseX, and they are representations of free speech. Mr. Coffee is a good thought leader. Here he is pondering the mechanics of Metcalfe's law. Metcalfe's law is just how crypto seems to move. When we write ML, we mean Metcalfe's law. I started talking about it. It was around, you might have heard Raoul Pal talking about it, but not many people gave it any weight. And I realized my eureka moment. I go, oh, this is why crypto goes up. Because it means the more people you have in the network, the higher the value. But not just any value, it squares the number of users. So if you get 10x the user base, you can get 100x the price. Now, I want to tell you, please don't fixate on this formula. Yes, it could be 10x the users. Why not 30x the price? Why not 300x the price? The number doesn't matter. All that matters is the synergy. If you get 10x the users, you will get more than 10x the price. What I'm basically telling you is stop being a little weakling, a little cuck who sells for a 2x. You have to dream big. There's a lot of people to be onboarded in the world. Now, Mr. Metcalfe's law is spoken about by Sir Coffee here. Sir Crypto Coffee. I think Metcalfe's law could work as greater than a square of the number of users. So he's thinking about, I think it could go higher than what we think. Now, in my many videos that you like, subscribe, press the bell button, and you shock the algorithm and you share with your friends and family, I do explain many times that with Metcalfe's law, it's not just about the formula. And it's not just about that, because there is moments of euphoria that happens. So I've shown, for example, in the Doge chart, I had like a fair value and then it just blew it up by 6x. 6x above the fair value and then came back down. So I've noticed it can hit fair value. It can go up a 2, a 3, or a 6x. In the super early days of Bitcoin, it went 10x above fair value. Can you imagine that? Oh my gosh. So you're probably wondering, how high are we going to go? We don't know. We don't know that. How can you don't know? You don't know the crazy things people are going to do when they're euphoric. All I'm telling you to do is just dream big. That's it. Mr. Crypto Coffee also talks about there's hidden value factors when it comes to certain people joining communities. Okay, it's true. It's true. I'm here to explain. So here we go. So Mr. Coffee is right. And we just spoke about this euphoria disconnection, which no one ever knows. I can tell you one thing though. With each cycle, the euphoria gets less. By the third cycle, pretty much no euphoria. It's very, very low. How can you tell? Well, even in Bitcoin, it went up like 10 times above its fair value in the first cycle. But in the third cycle, its fair value was like 50K, and then only went to like 69K. So compare that, it went up 10x, then it was only going like 30%. Nothing. Metcalfe's law is a good approximation. Not all users are created equal. Who said that? Yours truly, your friend here. I think it's best used as a tool to help imagine higher prices. And I'm telling you now with conviction, this is what it's used for. It's not used for the formula. I'm here just to tell you, you're getting more than a 2x, man. That's all it means. It means just prices go nuts. You ever wonder why do prices go nuts? I sat here and I question. I go, why is it people say, wow, crypto moves so much? Wow. Why, Habib? Why? I want to find out why. Why? Tell me the answer. No one told me. I had to go figure it out myself. And here you are. Here's the Bible here for you. Okay, the Bible of friendship. Gospel 1 from your friend Somi. More people, more pump. That's it. Finish the chapter. On to chapter 2 now. Straight in your back. Now on to chapter 3. More people, more pump. That's it. You give me more people, we get more pump. You give me 2x the people, you'll give me more than 2x the pump. Beautiful synergy, isn't it? Can we look in similar scenarios in the real world to derive any patterns? Yes, we can. Have you heard of a little industry called the stock market industry? Yes, you have. I believe you have. Very similar. How? I'm going to now link you a concept from the stock market world and show you, okay? And it's on cash flows. So in the stock market world, we have cash flows, which basically give you the valuation of companies. Now, of course, it's a greater full Ponzi meme. Yes, you don't actually get any voting rights. Yes, you don't own the company. Yes, you can't actually change the menu at McDonald's. And yes, you are completely irrelevant. You can't even walk in the office of their building. You can't see what's going on. But you have an electronic ticker on the computer, which may or may not be represented on a database in New York, which may or may not give you access to playing the casino with other people who want to play the greater full Ponzi with you. That is the stock market. You're trading tickers. Instead of blue team, red team, it's the Team Tesla versus Johnson & Johnson baby powder for a rash on the bum. So, what about the nodes? Remember, Metcalfe's law is all about the nodes, the people in the network. Now, of course, intuitively, there's all these different weird formulas and stuff with it. Don't even worry about them, friends. But I'm just telling you, the memes of stocks can make people scratch their heads as well. I scratch my head. There's nothing inside, just a little peanut. So one company, you can have a company that has $100 million of profits. And you have another company with $100 million of profits. So there's two companies. They both make $100 million. But one company is in the tech sector. And they are trading at 25 PE. Peanut to earnings ratio. How many peanuts do they make per year in cash flow? 25 PE means if you pay $1 for their share, it'll take you 25 years to get it back. Okay, so you can find out the yield there. 1 on 25. 4% yield. Why? Why is it expensive? No reason. It's in the tech sector. What about another company? In this other company that's also $100 million of profit, it's in the utilities sector, but it's trading at 5 peanut earnings. So if you put in $1, it's going to take you 5 years to get back your money. Well, what's the yield there? 20%. You think, wow, 20% is great. You don't really care about that yield, by the way. You care about the growth on that yield. You can't do anything with that number. It's just, okay, what's it going to be trading at in the future? So remember at one point, the tech company was also 5 PE. And people said, oh, wow, this is like, I don't like it. Well, guess what? Then it grew to 25. You made 5x. This utilities company at one point was 5 PE. Now it's still 5 PE. You've done nothing but grow with the cash flow of the company linear. All right. Now, you see why I brought you this example is because you're still dealing with $100 million of money. They're making the exact same amount, $100 million every year. So I'm trying to just show you in Metcalfe's law world, when crypto, yes, there's a difference between, people in, here is the example, let's continue, right? In crypto, so let's say you have 200,000 people. I use that number, why? That's about how many people are in Hex, holding Hex. Okay, staking plus a holding, whatever. So 200,000 people in a meme coin will be different to the 200,000 people perhaps in like a layer 1 chain. Like say the first 200,000 people in Solana. And it will also be different to the 200,000 people in like a new NFT project. Maybe it's like a third world country. Maybe like it's, for Vietnamese people on Binance chain. You see what I mean? So there's 200,000 people in each network. They'll have different valuations. So you can't say 200,000 people means the same. They mean different things. You might think the first 200,000 people in Solana, you're like, whoa, that's some big money, right? You got Soy Bankman-Fried, you got the other grifters and the scammers, you got the VC funds trying to dump on everybody. Yeah, so those 200,000 people on average have a higher percentage of whales in there, which, can move prices to higher valuations. So the people are the same. Same as in these companies here, $100 million is $100 million. So the characteristics of them can change. Now, that's why don't try to put a formula on anything. And remember, all the information you see today, it's priced into the market. So you can't sit here, make a formula and go, wait a minute. There's this many people, 200,000 people, and the price is like, $1 and it should be $5. There's no direct formula like that. The magic, okay? The beautiful salt crystals on your peanut brain, they're working together to think of the future. We're trying to massage out what the future looks like. We're speculating. All information is priced in today. People are pricing it in based on their emotions. Bonk. So the magic, right? You know who does this as well? Warren Buffett. You ever heard of him? world's greatest investor or investor or investee, depending if you got pants on or not. Warren Buffett, he's not thinking about today, even though he can find some real like juicy stuff. He's like, well, this company shouldn't be trading at like this PE. But guess what? All his formulas and stuff, they've been weeded out anyway. Warren Buffett's magic is how he conceptualizes the future. You see, back in like 60s and 70s, he was thinking, well, you know what? I don't think men's razor blades are going to go out of fashion in the next 10 years, so I want to own a piece of that business. Now, it sounds so simple to us today because we live on the internet and like we're evolving, right? But back then, that was revolutionary. Everyone's like, what? They're just seeing tickers on the screens. So I thought maybe as a peanut brain, bonk, maybe we can do the same thing here. Maybe we can step it up too. That's why I'm here to share with you the good word from page 1 of the gospel, right? More people, more pump. MP, otherwise known as mana points. More people, more pump. That's it. Up arrow, up arrow. Our goal, our job is to think about the future. It's not thinking about today. So remember, it's all priced in today. So just because you have 200,000 people today and people are saying, oh, wow, this thing, this coin is down, it's never going up. Okay, you can say it's never going up. I can say, you know what? Maybe the world doesn't end. Maybe things turn around. Maybe there's a bit of a catalyst. They sprinkle some money printing and some rate cuts. Maybe the economy kind of like fizzles out and it does better than people expect. Maybe crypto gets more innovation. Maybe Bitcoin grows. Maybe there's more real world assets putting in. Maybe all that money flowing around brings more people into the game. And those people are going to find a home. And if they do, you get more price pump. That's the actual skill here, friends. So yes, of course it's easy to just sit here and go, well, buy low, sell high. Okay. Buy how low and buy and sell how high. That's obviously that's the $1 million question. So we are here to be bonked, but that's the most important part of this Metcalfe law when we think about it, okay? It's not about the number of people today. Just like you have a company, it's not about the cash they make today. It's already priced in. Okay, it's pricing out like, 5 PE or 10 PE. Okay, what do you do with that number? You always look at their models. They're always trying to look at the future. Why is crypto so volatile? Well, because no one knows how on earth we are dictated by these meth-smoking crackheads who are in crypto. Like, okay, I woke up and I sneezed. Yeah, I don't like the color red. Okay, I'm just selling today. That's what's happening now. We're just getting crushed on the way down, gone on the way up. Now, these people, they are psychotic. Why? It's because there's a trend going up. But every day they're like, nah, I'm gone, never coming back. Like they'll tell you at the bottoms, I'm never coming back. Like this whole industry is a scam. I'm literally never ever coming back. That's why all my videos, so many videos, what have I told you? Everything changes with the green monthly candle. Everything. Okay, this is weekly. The whole game changes when you give me that sweet, sweet green monthly candle. Sweet 1, 2, 3. This is as, I know it's going to sound pathetic, but in stonks, they have cash flow analysis. This is actually our analysis because crypto is so reflexive. Now, why is it reflexive? It's because it makes sense when you think about it. The average person, we got no idea how to evaluate tech. So what do we know what to do instead? We follow people. We go, okay, if there's 100,000 people congregating around something, it must be really cool. It must be really worth it. So we're going to go follow them. How do we compute this by default? The prices. You see, the price represents demand. So if we see 1, 2, 3 green monthly candles, you're going to see mayhem already. People going absolutely wild and nuts. Everyone's like, whoa, 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 whoa. They're congregating. People are using other people as a signal. And it makes sense. Like, of course, you say, well, it makes no sense because you're buying the top. Yes, but for the average person, it makes sense. Instinctively, it makes sense because you don't know how to evaluate the code. It's just like if we were hunters and gatherers and you see a lot of people congregating around the berry tree and they're just eating all those sweet, sweet berries, right? You don't have the tools to like check out, okay, let's check the oil. Is it like acidic or basic? Oh, let's check out what's going on inside the berries. You know, are they poisonous? What's going on here, right? How much vitamins do they consume? You know, you don't have any of the tools there. But we're like hardwired. We've got a super shortcut. We're like, well, if we see enough people congregating around it, we're going to follow the crowd. And that's what we do. That's why we follow these green candles, right? Now, unfortunately, you would probably think, wait a minute, if I can analyze the code behind all the pumps, I might get a bigger edge. Unfortunately, people did this in 2017 and it got them absolutely nowhere. It went minus 99%. So unfortunately, that avenue is gone. That's why, unfortunately, you can't just go look at the code and go, well, this code's good or whatever, because people don't care about that, right? What do we care about? The network. That's why I had a new revelation. I go, oh my gosh, instead of learning coding, we should be learning how to make a cult, how to build community, how to manipulate a guild, leadership, psychology, branding, marketing. How do countries fortify their network effects? Countries are cults, by the way. You're a cult. Oh, you were born on this piece of land? Yeah, I like this piece of land. That's it. You didn't choose to be born on that piece of land. You see what I mean? Everybody's in a cult. Everyone. Get used to that word. C-U-L-T, cult. That's what we're here for. That's why you watch me, friends. That's why I have the most unique content. No one's ever going to teach us about this. They don't know what's going on. I do fear the day, though, where people start cracking the code and then we just see all these weird cults and everybody trying to do weird stuff. I wonder how it will morph and as that time comes on. But hey, when that meta comes, we'll change with it. So now you know the game. Metcalfe's Law communities, it's all about the number of people. That's why the game is, how many people are we going to get to in 5 years? Are we even going to be around in 2 years? Those are the questions we have to ask. That's why crypto is very volatile because, you know, my neighbor's still holding Litecoin. The most mistakes people make, especially in markets, is underestimating competition. Okay, so people think what they're in is the holy grail. Unfortunately, they're half right and they're mostly wrong. They're half right. Why? It is the holy grail today. But why are they mostly wrong? It's because the longer you stay successful, the more competition you invite. I mean, we've been looking at this chart of Bitcoin. Why is Bitcoin dropping from 600x to 100x to 20x to 5x? It's becoming more mature. People are learning, okay, what made Bitcoin successful? You know, okay, it's the yield. It's the price go up. It's the cult, the community. Okay, so they're starting to learn all these. It's the leader and the founder. You're starting to get the point. We have so much more to go, friends. We're just getting started. Glad we found each other. Make sure you like, subscribe, press the belly button, or give mum a big kiss from me. Catch you in the next one.